All right. We live, Trade Nostalgia. We live and direct.
Yo, what's good, y'all?
We back at it like a crack addict.
Definitely.
God bless him, no. Another episode, Rell Gato TV. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all of that YouTube stuff. Once again, like, comment, and subscribe. I want to get more consistent with the content, but right now, ain't been doing too good on that, man. Trey, how you feeling? What's the word?
I am, first of all, the word, praise be to Jesus.
Woo! You gotta get a glory to the Lord.
I'm in good spirits, though.
That's good.
Just coming off of the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Spent some time with the family. That was cool. Laughed, ate.
Okay.
As well. What about you? How you doing?
Same thing. Had Thanksgiving with the family. That was a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just really kind of like being okay with this moment where I don't have no direction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and also, I guess enjoying my harvest. Like enjoying what God has given me, my children.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoying of course, my fellowship with my brothers.
Right.
You, included in that circle. Obviously enjoying my health. I've been doing MMA.
Okay.
So that's been a blessing. I was always kind of curious about it, so I took the leap in July,
Mm-hmm.
and been working. So shout out to all my guys, Brooklyn MMA. Shout out to Coach Terry, all the guys there that's training, and the ladies there that's training too. Back into making music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Working
Yeah.
on Benny's second project. But I've been doing features, so laying verses down. So that feels good too.
Okay.
Just really like living in the harvest moment right now. But it's interesting because I've been in such survival and scramble and build mode for the last 10 years that I don't even know how to sit still.
Mm-hmm.
Like I bought a PS5.
How's that been?
It's been good. It's been good. Just so I could do something where it's not really no means to an end.
Yes, okay.
Because that's kind of where my life has been. Like, go to work, means to an end.
Mm-hmm.
Build the business, means to an end.
Mm-hmm.
Video game, I'm not getting nothing from it.
I see that. Just relax.
Yeah.
Take your mind off of, the day to day.
But let me tell you, though, like, I definitely am trying to make sure that I pace myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because another thing when you're in the moments of harvest, from my experience, you can turn something that God has blessed you with into an idol.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And before you know it, you end up worshiping it. Like you see guys that are like gamers,
right?
Like they just live for the game,
right? Yeah.
I don't want to be one of them guys.
Yeah.
There's some guys that live for just MMA.
Right.
All they want to do is just fight.
Right.
I don't want to be one of them guys. There's some guys, and you know this already with the music. Like they don't care about nothing else. It's just music. I gotta get on. I gotta be on.
Yeah.
I don't care who I gotta step on or what I gotta do to get on. No Diddy.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do it.
Right.
So like, God has blessed me with a lot, but I'm not trying to idolize. You could even idolize your kids too. Anything could be your idol.
I see that. Yeah. Okay. I've seen that. And that doesn't turn out well.
Not at all.
The idolization of your kids, because then there's no, what's the word I'm looking for? Like there's no boundaries.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Definitely no boundaries there.
Facts.
Yeah. That's a.
But yeah, like story in the Bible, Abraham.
Right.
God took him up, told him, "You're gonna have to sacrifice your son."
Mm-hmm.
Abraham was about to do it, and then God just stopped him and said, "Nah." Right. So, in other words, Abraham was willing to put what God desired first and foremost above his own flesh and blood.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lesson that I'm learning as a father. Because the wild part is going to my daughters, right? And I don't want to talk about what's to come yet.
Yeah,
we talk about all kind of. But in regards to my daughters, I have to be okay with the fact that they're going to go through pain.
Right.
They're going to go through situations where I can't save them.
Right.
And I have to be okay with that. I have to be okay with them going through things that God allows. So that God could reveal himself the way he desires to reveal himself to my kids.
Right.
I got to step out of the way of that.
I see that.
You know what I'm saying?
It's very interesting you say that because I I mentioned that I started going to therapy.
Shout out to you, my brother. That's a
Yeah.
good thing.
Um,
Me too, by the way.
Shout out to you as well. I just want to expound on that a little bit because I was about to not do it because it's not as easy as one uh would make it seem. Like
Hmm.
people, a lot of people, I see that narrative like, oh, black men need therapy. You should go to therapy. They don't really understand the process and like it's not easy to just go talk to somebody about your personal, you know.
Yeah.
That's one. Two, it does cost from what I've seen, and a lot of us,
Yeah.
it's not like we have money to just, that. I have seen a group, like a free group therapy black men thing when I
Hmm.
looked on Google, but when I called the number, that wasn't. So it was kind of dead ends, and that was kind of deterring me from,
Right. Pursuing it.
um, pushed a little harder. I found a company that they have some uh people who look like me. I think that was one of the biggest things for me,
Yeah.
representation.
Yeah.
Um, like I wouldn't want a white guy. So, you feel me? Like it wouldn't feel right personally.
Yeah.
Like that and two, the other thing I was looking for, I don't know why, but traditionally, and I mentioned that too, like traditionally, when I think of therapy or whatever, I think me office chair,
Yeah.
that whole
Yeah.
spiel. You feel me?
Technology just put an end to that.
Yeah, you feel me? So it's kind of like that kind of deterred me a little too, because I was like, this might not feel real until
Yeah.
I actually did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was good. But I just wanted to connect the points that one of the things that I received from that was that exactly what you said. Like you can't control everything,
Facts.
right? And that's what I'm learning. I think for a long time in my life, I've been trying to control a lot of shit. You
Hmm.
feel me? Or like prime example, I don't have kids, but I kind of like for me, I kind of stepped into that or trying to fit myself in that father
Yeah.
mo
Pull the mic closer if
right
you
here.
can. Yeah, that's better.
All right, yeah. So I kind of try to fit myself in like the father mold for like my family because that's not there or whatever.
Right.
And then I see myself, for example, my sister got into a situation and that shit really stressed me because I'm like, damn, she has to go through this, and when in reality, it's not for me to.
It's not for you.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, and another thing I got from that was my therapist was like, I need to give myself a lot of grace because I'm carrying a lot of shit that I don't need to carry. You feel
Right.
me? And I
Right.
think that's yeah. Sometimes we be carrying a lot of stuff that don't got shit to do with us,
No, that's a fact. And I think it's because um you know that stigma where they say that for you to be a black man and to be of a high level, you have to be twice as good as your counterpart.
bro. Right.
So that means that you can't slack.
Correct. Yeah.
You can't fall off because the consequences are 3 to 4 times more. And I think if you're ambitious, that that mantra stays with you.
Right. Yeah.
And what the end results end up being is you're burnt out. You don't really have no grace for yourself because you're already holding yourself to a standard that is no almost next to impossible. Like I broke it down right to my lady. I said, "Yo, look," I said, "I only have, if you break it down, a certain amount of days on Earth, and I only have a certain amount of hours, right? And so my margin for idle time is not that much,
Right.
right? But then it dawned on me, we have kids together,
Right.
and so now even though I could be ambitious and a go getter and, you know, carry a lot on my back, if I don't get that constant reminder on why I'm doing what I'm doing, then it's like I'm not doing it
Right.
for the right reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think the constant reminder of why you do what you do is more important than just going out and get it. And that's why I think, God is kind of sitting me down
Mm.
because he's preparing me for the next adventure.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And I feel like I'm being patient because I really want God to steer my steps.
Mm.
And yeah, that's kind of how I perceive that. But I get what you're saying too about going to therapist that's more familiar with you, right?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I'll give you from my experience. My therapist is Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm a black male, but I understand Spanish culture
Right.
because I grew up around it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm living with my dad at the time that I did too. So um, there's a lot of things that we could relate to um on that level, and then there's certain things that he probably doesn't really understand what I went through,
Yeah.
right? But he's really good. I think because I'm on my 7th session now.
Okay.
And shout out to my bro Don Peasley because I called him and I asked him for a suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
Don Peasley was a good guy. LA Joe, Skrills pops up there sometimes. So shout out to everybody over there. What's a good guy? Make sure y'all check out that pod. I called him and I was like, yo, bro, I want to tap into a therapist. You know anybody? So he referred me to somebody. But then I looked at the app that um he sent me, and then I was looking into the app, and I said, you know what? Let me go with this person.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave him a shot, and so far so good. Like he specializes in trauma,
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Likewise. Mm-hmm.
and so here, bring the mic closer too. And so what I noticed is we've been really discussing like the root causes of my reactions, and a lot of them are based from trauma.
Right. Right.
And addressing like that and really peeling back the layers of um that particular trauma. Now, from a psychological standpoint, it's called trauma. From a spiritual standpoint, it could be considered like bloodline curses,
Okay.
traumatic experiences that get passed on.
I believe that.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Because
believe
like
that.
your experiences that you had, your father probably had them.
It's very.
You get what I'm
To
saying?
that point, yeah, I definitely feel because it's to that point like when we talk bloodline and it's a lot of because I used to be around my father for a couple of years,
Mm-hmm.
so I think I used to observe him a lot, and a lot of his mannerisms.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of those mannerisms. His
Mm.
attitude, I picked up a lot of that. Like and I don't know if that's just well, he wasn't here for me to, but I think just the time that he was,
Right.
and maybe just like you said, bloodline thing.
Yeah.
Like it's just in. You feel me?
Well, the information's in the blood.
Yes, exactly. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so then it's like, damn. Well, even down to the nerve thing.
Mm-hmm.
My handshake, like
Same
he
thing.
has that. Yeah, you feel me? So it's like, damn. It's like he kind of like cloned me.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, well, he didn't clone you. You're an image of him.
Right. Right. And
You get
then
what I'm
he's
saying?
an image. We're both image of his father.
Right.
Yeah. Facts.
Right.
Yeah.
And that information or that image is all transferred through the blood.
Mm-hmm.
Blood is very powerful. We was talking about that off the camera. But we're not gonna get into that.
Right.
Maybe another episode.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's talk about some other things.
Right.
So since the last time I seen you,
Mm-hmm.
Biden was our president.
Yes. Yeah.
Now Trump is back in office.
Yes. Trump is definitely there. Wow. Been
I'm gonna tread lightly with this one too.
yeah. I feel like we have to.
Yeah.
I just feel like because I've had a few conversations about this. My only worry is us as a people still relying on or actually waiting for a savior. The savior aspect. I think that bothers me.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Because
It's a little tricky.
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, his cabinet looking like the Avengers. They really trying to go Marvel on us. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? They got your man Trump as Captain America. Elon is Tony Stark. Vivek Ramaswamy is Bruce Banner. You know what I'm saying?
Joe Rogan in there somewhere.
Yeah, Joe Rogan somewhere in there, spin kicking. Hawkeye ass. The Hawkeye ass white boy, you know what I mean? So over there just taekwondoing and kicking, shooting arrows. That's him. Hawkeye. You know what I'm saying? They got RFK.
RFK, right? Yeah.
He's Ant-Man, you know. It's getting tricky. You know what I mean? It's getting tricky. What's the other one at the border? Oh, I forgot his name. That's Nick Fury.
Yeah, yo, that's definitely
Yeah. It's looking crazy right now.
Yo.
Oh man, it was a tricky time, wasn't it?
It was very, very.
I'm you know what's so crazy though? I gotta be real with you because I
Mhm.
work for a political think tank
Okay.
and they may watch this podcast.
Okay.
I'm hoping they don't.
Yeah.
But if they do, at first, a lot of the campaigning that Kamala was doing at that time, I kind of was getting sick of it.
The pandering. Yeah, bro.
It was kind of bad,
When you
bro.
and
Like
that's
it was bad. We gotta call it ace a
yeah,
spade a
and that's
spade.
and that's that's where I'm at with it. It's like it feels very condescending, and when you're
Yeah,
conscious of it, it's
yeah.
like, oh,
Like all you think about
it,
of us is entertainment.
yes,
You thought you
yes,
had it in the
yeah,
bag
yes,
because
yes,
you brought out Meg the Stallion.
yes, yeah,
I don't know about that.
yeah, right, right.
And
And
then
then
what made it?
Beyonce,
Yeah,
yeah,
Beyonce.
yeah, yeah,
I don't mean to disrespect the Beehive because I know they'll shut your page
yeah,
down and hit
yeah.
you with 1,000
Mm-hmm.
spams. But I don't care about what Beyonce got to say when it comes to politics. I really don't. And it was like the same playbook.
Mm-hmm.
The same playbook. Let's whip out Meg. I mean, it got bad, bro. It got. You know what? Let me just say this, man. As a black man, bro, in America, bro, we got to bring back shame.
Yeah,
We got to bring back
yeah.
class because when you see Sexy Red bent over on Instagram with a I voted sign endorsing Kamala, that ain't a good look, gang. That's not a good look for black people. I don't care what y'all women liberation
Yeah,
movement think.
yeah.
Nah, that ain't liberation. That's retarded. No, excuse me. I ain't gonna even go there. That is just stupidity. You get what I'm saying? Because this is a very historical time. You know, there are people going through it. I'm going through it. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, things are really dire
It's
right
very,
now.
yeah.
The last thing we need is Sexy Red bent over with a I voted sticker on her ass. Like, bro, somebody call her dad or something.
Yo,
Get
yeah,
pack her up.
yeah.
We gotta bring back that. You know what I'm saying? And I think, and you know what's so crazy? Like when we was doing the election, bro, I was working.
Bro,
Yeah, I worked.
You worked there?
Yeah, I worked
Okay.
from 9 to like 10 at night
Mm.
because I was doing the tech setup for the whole PA space. We got like a PA space with like big screens
Yeah,
all over
yeah,
the
yeah.
place.
Mm.
So I was doing the setup and had like multiple channels on it. And I remember like watching as the score was just like,
Shifting.
yeah.
Yeah.
And mind you, these people that I work with, this is what they do.
Right.
They do political research
Right.
on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
They were shocked that 14 million voters did not show up. Like I do judo with this guy named Peter Miller.
Mm-hmm.
He's a research fellow.
Yeah.
Right? Dope dude. It's my guy. Peter Miller's dope. And we would talk before we go to judo class,
Mm-hmm.
and he was saying like Kamala got this in the bag. And I would just pick his brain because I want to know the information that he has access
Yeah.
to. And he would tell me based on certain polls. He would tell me a certain like. And when I seen him the next morning, and I go, Peter, what happened? He goes, 14 million people did not show up to vote for Kamala Harris, and that's what happened, based on his research. And before he told me that answer, I kind of knew that that was going to happen. And as the election day came closer and closer, and Kamala started talking more and more, I was like, she's gonna kill her own campaign. And sure enough, when she got on live TV and asked, was there anything else that you would have done differently than Joe Biden if in your presidency or
Mm-hmm.
something along that? And she said absolutely nothing. I was like, yo, she's done. She's done. Like, what do you mean you don't want to change nothing?
Nothing. It's crazy.
Like that is
That's crazy. Yes.
that is so wild
Yeah.
to say, bro. Like, because essentially what you're saying is he ran a perfect
Yes.
4 years, bruh. So, you know, it. I always say like, because here's the reality, and this is one thing that I was telling Peter Miller. I said, you know, Peter, my grandmother come from Jim Crow South,
Right. Mm-hmm.
so my perspective on politics is completely different.
Right. Yeah.
And Jim Crow South ain't too long ago. My grandmother told me stories of her grandmother being a slave. That ain't far away.
Right.
And I still remember her face. I could see that pain in her face. And I told him, I said, look, this is the time in United States history where we're getting some level of access. Handful of us.
Mm-hmm.
But my granny's times was 3 to 4 times harder.
Right.
And they made it through. So this don't scare me.
Right.
And then I said, Peter, you ever been to East New York? You ever walked through Brownsville, Peter? You good, because you're good.
Yeah.
You not a target.
Right.
But when I walk through East New York, I look like
right.
So I'm on timing.
Right.
So I said, this ain't gonna bother me.
24, 365.
And the wild part, when I look at everything in hot, because it's don't get me wrong, I don't agree with everything Trump says.
Of course, yeah.
And I don't agree with anything anybody says. Like, I always leave that margin of like pushback.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that I could say is before this man has even gotten into the office, things are already kind of like looking very interesting.
I seen when he won, I'm seeing now China they want to talk now.
Yeah.
Out in Palestine, they're like, okay, we'll talk to. So what's happening in the last presidency that y'all couldn't get this done?
Yeah.
This man who didn't even go into office yet, they're willing to, all right, let me hear what you.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And me, I'm always thinking bigger picture.
Right.
I think that's the bigger picture right now. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Like everybody, and I think everybody's coming from their own personal. It's a lot of personal. Everybody putting their personal feel. Oh, I just don't like him because he's.
Yeah, that's another thing.
That we gotta stop all that.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's not political.
It's not. It's not because it's not about feelings.
Yeah, it's not about feelings.
It's not about feelings.
And don't get me wrong. Like, I think a lot of the, because one of the big things that he ran on was the Roe v. Wade overturn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that affected a lot of people in our community.
Right.
And what from my understanding is that, and I don't want to say that A word because I don't want to get things shadow banned.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So what I could say is from my perspective, on what I understand, is that his policy was to overturn it and bring it back to the state level,
mm-hmm.
which is a little bit more, I think, as an individual, if you participate in the political process in your state, you have more of a say-so.
Right.
To determine if your state will be doing that.
Right.
Particular procedure.
Yes, okay.
I don't think a lot of people got that.
No, they just kind of ran with the.
They just ran with it.
Yes, they ran with yes.
And yeah. I think that was a big misfire, and I don't think that they calculated just how many women don't want to do that. Like, I think that they really bent, which is kind of crazy when you sit back and think about it. Like, why would you? And I would never understand this, and I want to tread lightly because I'm not a woman.
Right.
But what I could say, from my understanding of Planned Parenthood,
right,
this is something that they boast and brag about. Well, they don't boast. They just state this, that millions of these procedures happen per year. That sounds a little crazy to me. And when you look at it for what it is, and I'm just talking Black culture.
Right, yeah.
And I'm guilty. So before I even condemn anybody, I look right in the camera. I have participated in risky behaviors in my life.
As well.
Guilty of it.
Yeah.
As a grown man, I'm learning not to do that and to slow down. And I want you to go into the other story. We're going to segue into the other story you was telling me about, because that's very important.
Okay.
I think that being a little too liberal with that particular procedure that Planned Parenthood is known for.
Right.
I think that that's a scary thing too. I think that that's because sexual activity has consequences. As much
Yes.
as it feels
Yes.
good,
Yes.
that is something that I've learned that is not to be used, or like it is not to be abused, because the consequences are so severe. There's so many other things that just that alone could spin into. You get what I'm saying? If it's not checked. So that and it's hard. It's so hard, bro.
It is.
It's like once you unlock that door, bro, you
It's
just want to walk through that door all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the consequences are so dire. And then it's like, I feel now looking at it in hindsight that they ran too much on that.
Right.
And they didn't consider the women that was not trying to do that. They didn't consider women who look at that procedure as something so detrimental to a family, to a
Right.
household, to the human psyche.
Mhm.
I think they was a little bit too carte blanche with it.
Yeah, they kind of just. I feel like they grouped, like you were saying, they grouped all women. They said, you know what? They all must think.
They all
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And I think they did that with black people.
Yeah, because I think that's what the back to
That's
the
the pandering.
back to the pen, because they
Like we just one big Negro.
Yes, and the statistics will show you that.
Yeah.
You run, you do a little research. You're like, oh, okay, they're known to, let's pander a little. Let's play on the emotion,
Right.
Because you playing, it works,
Right.
just not this time.
But here's the interesting thing: like they were pandering to a population that really didn't care about voting anyway. That was naturally rebellious. People played the couch, and that's where Peter. Going back to what Peter said, 16 million people didn't vote,
right?
Because there was really no incentive.
Right.
Pandering is not an incentive.
Yeah. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I didn't vote because of these reasons. My reason cannot be, the lesser evil.
Right.
That's not. No. I'm
right.
not. Yeah. For all that, I'll just.
Right. Well, I'll say this, right, and I got to tread lightly with this before we segue, simply because the nature of my work and what I do. Right.
Correct. Yeah.
I'm not supposed to state in any public platform what political party I affiliate with.
Okay.
So I'm not going to disclose that.
Fine.
Right?
Fine. Yeah, I get that.
And that's contractual
Yes.
based, right? What I could say is that there were some flaws on both parties' side.
Correct. Yeah.
There was some flaws in both parties' rhetoric and campaign. But the reality is that from a viewpoint of democracy, the American people chose.
Right, correct. I'm with that. I'm definitely with
that. And they chose by margins that really don't happen too much in political elections, from my understanding.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we'll revisit that another time. Let's go into what we were talking about off air, because I think you were really cooking.
I had mentioned, I think last pod we had, I mentioned how I had met somebody.
Do you feel comfortable with this?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. So that last part I mentioned, I met somebody. That kind of, yeah. I don't know where they are. Anyways, so recently, this maybe like a week or two ago, I went on a date, outing. You feel me? I went to this vegan spot. It was amazing.
Just took her out of about a week ago.
Oh man. That experience, I just want to speak about that experience real quick. Ethiopian food, man. I think that kind of just opened my because I love the way they season.
Yeah. I've been there.
Yeah, man.
I've been there. Shout out to my bro Benny. We had a guys out, and man, my boy Mark we went to the spot you talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to mention it.
Which one you go? City.
You went to Bleecker?
Yes.
That's when I went to.
Yeah, man. They got a nice vibe in there. Plant based. Yeah. Shout out to you guys. I love the atmosphere.
Facts.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But yeah, so I went out. That was a cool outing. The girl I'm with, she.
The girl you with? Let's choose these words carefully.
Oh yeah, no, not like that. The woman I'm out. We're out together on this outing.
Yeah. Okay.
You feel me? It was a cool vibe. She went her way, I went my way. Conversations later, she mentioned Kiss, you feel me? And this also had crossed my mind that night, but I stopped, not stopped, but I said nah,
Why'd
which
you
is
say nah?
which is different than what I would usually do.
Uh
Because usually I'd be like, yeah, we outside, which is crazy, you feel me? Because you don't be kissing everybody, and I don't. I'm very thing with that, but
yeah,
if the vibes did, that would happen first day at
yeah. And that spot will give you a vibe.
Yeah, yeah,
It'll
right.
put you in the
Yeah, it
vibes.
put you in the
The
vibes.
music
You
is
feel me?
fire too.
Yes,
Yeah, the
man.
food.
Yeah, you like, whoa, the
Yeah,
lighting, the
yeah.
ambiance.
Even the dessert was
Yeah,
fire.
yo, you try. I didn't have the
Yeah, but
dessert.
nah, it was fire,
It
bro.
was.
Yeah,
What was
because it's
I
plant
don't
based.
really.
It was like this like caramel Reese's kind of tasting flavors. Fire.
Oh man, I
It's
gotta
fire.
try that next time for real.
Kind of
Yeah,
pricey
definitely
though,
gotta go back.
but it's
I
fire.
mean,
Yeah,
yeah, it was
it's
though.
kind of
It
pricey.
was.
It's
I
kind
was
of
like,
pricey.
wow, this is just vegetables.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
but
yeah,
hey,
Hey,
experience.
yeah, yeah. Facts.
Um, yeah. So, Kiss. I said no because one, I think where was I trying to go with this? Uh if you do you go through situations, you learn. You bump your head,
Right,
you learn. All
right,
right, right.
right.
Um I me personally, I feel like one door always for me personally, in my past experiences, these doors lead to they always lead to that other door.
Right.
Usually when I go through that next door, it's a lustful door. Um and nothing transpires out of that
Nothing.
at all. Like it doesn't manifest into what I think it's going to.
Right.
Because I don't even think my heart is in the right place. I know I'm in a lustful place when I enter the door, right?
Right.
So that's what manifests. Just
Okay.
yes, yeah. I don't want to continue those habits.
Right.
I'm trying to break out of that. So I said no to that situation. Um, and then finding out after that she deals with like I don't witchism, is that a thing? I don't know. I'm gonna call that a. But she does spells and
She's a Wiccan.
candles. Yeah, yeah, wicked facts. You feel me? And I was like, wow, look at that. I feel like this would have been more on me, on my energy, my spirit, or whatever, if I would have entered into this, whatever this is right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah, because I'm just trying to protect my energy, and I've also learned that all these times in the past. So I realized I have a power or whatever, not
Uh-huh.
power, but like I have this energy, I have this whatever you want to call it, right? And in the past, I would allow people access to this
Uh-huh.
in the form of fornicating. You feel
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
Like women, they would come, and this whole time I'm thinking, wow, I'm the man because I'm. You feel me? But in reality, they're actually taking this energy. And it hit me. That hit me.
Nigga, lifestyle falling apart.
Like
You don't
I'm
even know
like,
why.
I'm like, whoa, hold up. Wow, because I never really looked at it like that. I never really looked at it as like through the spiritual aspect.
Yeah.
And I think that's a deeper aspect to look at.
That's it. That's
through.
it.
Yeah, that's the only. Yeah,
That's the real.
Yeah, it was only concrete level. I'm like, yeah, it's just pussy, and nah.
Hello.
Yeah. So now that I'm more mindful and conscious of that, I'm making wiser decisions. I'm not yeah. I'm more focused. I'm just to myself more.
But let's unpack that.
Yeah.
Because when you told me the story, I kept saying to myself, what is it about you that you keep attracting witches?
I ask myself this too. Like why?
And normally, right, when people dibble and dabble, and I'm guilty of it.
Right.
When people dibble and dabble into things of that nature, it's usually for power. Right?
Right.
And a lot of people, some people are born into it, right? Some people's family members have initiated them into it. Some people don't really know the gospel.
Right.
Right? They don't even understand what the gospel is. And again, this is a lot of what we experience is not new. So we're seeing a high level of degree of witchcraft and sorcery in this day and age simply because there's a spirit that is against Christ, because that spirit ultimately wants power. And that's what witchcraft is rooted in. Like when people do witchcraft, they're usually trying to manipulate an outcome
Right.
instead of allowing God's will to be the final outcome.
Yeah.
And when you are a person who does that, 9 times out of the 10, you're coming from a painful position. You could have been taken advantage of, and you just need something to make you feel that you have power and dominion and your power is restored. And then that witchcraft is a quick fix.
Right.
Because you don't have to wait on God. You try to play God when you tap into that. And it doesn't become, let me have a fellowship with the Lord. It becomes, let me exalt myself to the level of God. So now, by God's grace, you didn't form a physical covenant with her.
Yes.
Because what will happen is, let's say you did, and I'm guilty of this. I didn't know I was sleeping with a witch. All the signs was there, but you want to know why I didn't know that I was sleeping with a witch? Because I was a warlock. So it looked familiar. She's into zodiac.
Yeah.
Okay, so am I.
Yeah.
She's into familiar spirits,
Right.
or what we would call in the black culture, the ancestors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which you're not supposed to tap into, because the dead must bury the dead. They're no longer here. Once God reclaims who he chooses to reclaim, you have no right or authority to speak with them unless God permits it.
Right. It's interesting you say that one.
But when you try to do it on your own, you're trying to be God. That realm is not for us to control.
It was something. We'll come back to that, but continue.
So the whole concept of Wiccan is for power. And so if, in fact, you would have slept with her, that spirit, because you mentioned something to me off camera. You said that she felt that she was doing it because she had problems sleeping.
Yeah.
Right. And she was being tormented.
Yes, yeah.
Go into that a little bit more. What did she tell you? And we're not mentioning her name, so.
She was like, what did she say? It was one day chatting. She was like, yeah, I had a nightmare. I was like, oh, what happened? You good? Like, what happened in the nightmare? She was like, yeah, it's just really bad. She was like, she dealt with, and I was like, where does it stem from?
Yeah.
She was like, I had a really traumatic childhood. And I'm just, in my mind, I'm like, oh, wow, like, okay, all right. So, but then when she showed me like the book and everything, I was like, I don't think this is the combination of things that's going on, like the trauma plus the witch thing. And I was like, I don't think that's that's not it. You feel me? And I was like, she was like, she believes that. She said something. She was like, yeah, I really believe this works. I really believe this works. Like, I don't want to not believe that. She was like, she was like, I keep doing these rituals and everything, and I don't know why my ancestors would allow this to happen to me if I believe that it works. And everything in my spirit was just like, I don't know. But I didn't want to. I don't want to be. I don't want to come and break your reality. So I kind of just.
Well, here's an interesting thing, and I don't know her name, but I'm sending a prayer to her.
Right.
I'm praying that in Jesus' name, those demonic forces are lifted off of her.
Right.
Because as a person who practiced that, that is truly oppression. And remember, off camera, we talked about authorization.
Right.
She's authorizing
those to,
because the Lord gives us free will. That's his beautiful example of love. He allows us to make the choice. But when you choose to go outside of him, then how could you ask for his protection?
Right. Right.
See, with choices come
Yeah.
responsibility. It comes account. So she has opened herself up to be tortured. And the thing with demonic spirits is they don't play on your side. They're supposed to deceive and lie to you and make you feel like what you're doing is actually working.
Right.
All the while you are cursing yourself. And that witchcraft is rebellion. So while you're doing that, you're going away from God.
Yeah.
So now you're going further into darkness. And so she needs deliverance. See, and let me tell you something, I'm guilty of it.
Mhm.
My last encounter, I wasn't spiritually astute during that time. I still was fighting lust. And instead of being the example of Christ, I was the example of a lustful one.
Mhm.
And I reaped what I sowed. I got what I deserved.
Right.
I didn't have enough wherewithal physically to tame that part of myself, because after I laid down with her and she told me what she told me, she didn't understand that I was looking to lay down with my wife, because prior to me laying down with her,
Mhm.
I was still dealing with lust, but she was my last sexual partner.
Right.
So we parted ways for 8 months and I didn't do anything with anybody else.
Mhm.
I was still bonded to her.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And I didn't understand that. I had bonded myself to her illegally outside of the will of God.
Mhm.
And so when she came back into my life and we had sex again, that combination of not having sex for 8 months and now having sex with the last person messed up my perception, and I put her before God,
Mm.
and I reaped what I sowed. But I would say this, because God is so merciful, not because I'm a good person, but because God is so merciful, he gave me enough grace so that I could see my error and fix it.
Mhm.
And guess what? I'm still gonna mess up. It's gonna look a different way,
Yeah. Yeah.
but that's just the reality. Like, that's the reality of living in the human experience. And there's a chemical concept to this too.
Mhm.
We're producing billions of sperm. It gotta go somewhere.
Right.
It has to go somewhere. And I think this is why God gives us grace, because God knows how he made us.
Mhm.
I didn't have a choice to make my body.
Right.
If I had a choice to make my body, knowing what I know now, I would literally tame my sex drive in half.
Right.
Because sex has gotten me into more trouble than I've ever been in. But I didn't make myself.
Right.
I
Right.
can't dictate how God created me. So I have to learn how God created me through God, and then learn how to work within the confines of that
Mhm.
by staying connected to God. Does that make sense?
That makes
Because
total
when I
sense. Yeah.
disconnect from God, I go,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. 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 That makes total sense.
Yeah, I go,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
But when I try to be conscious of God,
Yeah.
even when I'm messing up, it gives me just a little bit to make it through.
Mm.
I still get my battle scars because I'm human. But in hindsight, I look at it differently now. And so, like, going back to your situation with Shorty, I'm so happy you didn't do that, because if you would have bonded with her on that level,
Yeah.
your life would have been in a season of really, really bad darkness, because you essentially had sex with a witch.
Mhm.
And witches ride broomsticks.
Yeah. No pun intended.
I'm going to say that again. No, pun intended.
Oh, well, pun intended.
Witches ride sticks.
Yeah.
See, pay attention to witchcraft, right? Witchcraft is manipulation. What is the biggest form of manipulation for a man coming from a woman?
The biggest form of manipulation from a man coming
How do they manipulate us?
with vagina.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. That. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So sexual manipulation is a real
Yeah.
thing. The women know how to create situations where they make themselves appealing and attractive to the opposite sex,
Right. Yeah.
to then manipulate and get what they want out of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
That's witchcraft.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now when you break down, I don't want to say the P word, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna break it
okay.
down and say corn.
Yeah.
When you break down the corn industry,
Yeah.
which a lot of men and women are addicted to,
Even myself, I had to cut that.
witchcraft.
I had to cut that because I was like, yeah, I had to cut that. That was a thing for me because I was like, wow, I'm cutting everything off, but that was a kind of a thing for me because it was like, all right, because it's a balance. Because I was like, okay, well, we're not dealing with a woman right now, right? We
Right.
focus, but then it's still that urge of, damn, I kind of wanna,
Right.
I want that.
That's
That
the
female,
physical
yeah,
you
the
need to
physical,
release.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's like, damn, well, all right, well, we're not gonna go that route. Let's go this route. But
Right.
then even this route is a bad route because I'm watching somebody else perform. Like, you feel me?
That's the worst route.
Yes, exactly. So I said, whoa, yeah, I don't like this.
Yeah.
I don't like how this feels either. So let's go no route. Let's just
Yeah.
yeah,
Because here's the reality. That right there
yeah,
is pure perversion.
mm-hmm.
It's taking the actual sacred act.
Yeah,
And bro, you're not alone. I'm
Mhm.
guilty of it too.
yeah.
By the grace of God, I haven't participated in that in 2 years.
Okay, that's yes, yeah,
2 years.
yeah,
And it's only because of my belief in Christ. Because if I know that God is with me everywhere that I go, then how
Right.
could I subject Christ to something like
Right,
that?
facts. Yeah,
How could I pray to God in one breath and seek a relationship, but have Him see me do a very shameful act?
yeah,
You get what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
So, that is the worst out of all drugs.
Mhm.
It's a substance. It's not even it's a drug, and it's the worst drug because it takes the chemical reaction that naturally takes place in your body
Mhm.
and perverts it.
Mhm.
And it's more accessible than any other drug
Yeah.
you can access in the world. Like if you want to be an alcoholic, you got to get up, you got to
You
walk
gotta,
to the
yeah.
store, you got to
Mhm.
buy it, you got to carry the bottles.
Mhm.
You don't got to do that. They just put it right in your face.
Mhm.
And that's how you know the devil is really active right now. Because it's right there in your face. You can't even vote without Sexy Red
That's
showing you her cooch. Meg the Stallion is half naked.
twerking on stage.
No shade to or disrespect to Meg the Stallion.
Yeah,
But stallions are male horses.
yeah.
So and what I mean by that is her name, Meg the Stallion, literally means she's just an animal for exploitation.
Right.
Anybody could take her for a ride. That's what a stallion is. It's a hard horse to tame, but it's still an animal. It's still a beast. It's not Meg the woman.
When you break it down.
When you break down that, so now,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they put stallions in the Kentucky Derby and horse
Mhm.
betting race
Yeah.
for entertainment.
Mhm.
Hello.
Entertainment. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, it get deep.
Is this thing on?
It
Hello.
get deep.
And she's literally on stage,
Mhm.
but they got to do a policy.
Entertainment.
Yeah, I don't need to be entertained.
Yeah.
Cardi B, yo, you could have.
Bro.
Cardi B, you could have stayed
listen,
home.
Yo, oh man, bro.
You could have stayed home.
Man, bro. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, because now I could have stayed home.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Because that one was crazy.
We could have stayed home. How y'all doing? It was like 10 times. We told you we was fine already. Say what you got to say.
The iPhone wasn't working, bro.
And then you going to talk about... Look,
bro, we can't
look,
make this up, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I know Democratic Party was looking back at the play-by-play and was like, yeah, we wasn't ready. They was like, Bronny, we wasn't ready.
Come on.
We didn't really take this.
Come on, serious.
Come on.
First of all, they threw Kamala the alley-oop.
I mean, they did a lot, bro.
It was just a lot going on, bro.
They did a lot.
And Obama come out of nowhere.
And look, I'm not saying Trump is any better.
No, we're not, definitely not. But
I'm not saying that.
we just, come on.
I'm not gonna say that. What I am gonna say though, it's Cardi B and even know what. Oh,
she was just there.
yo.
I said, whose idea was this?
And then she started talking about how high things are, and we're like, what? And then what made it worse, this what made it crazy. The after effects of this election got to be studied too. Because her campaign was billions of dollars.
Yeah, bro. Where that money went?
Where? What was this about?
What was it about? Right. What is anything about?
And did Biden have a MAGA hat on? Low key? Because he looked quite happy. He looked a little happy when he was with Trump sitting down shaking hands.
That's how it's like, then it's like, is this old propaganda?
This is, and this is where it's tricky. That's why I don't put faith in no politician. I put my faith in God.
Right. And when I said that, the church people was looking at me crazy.
But you got to understand. Flip your mic like this, bro. Flip it, because I can hear a little bit better.
But this,
yeah, that's perfect. You got to understand, bro. Nothing is new under the sun. And when it comes to church people, and I remember this too, when I went to church. And there's nothing wrong with church. Let me just say this. The body of Christ, there's nothing wrong or right with it. It is human beings. Now I want to get into the church institution. Because the spiritual church, the body of Christ, and the business of church is two different things.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, man.
Nothing is new under the sun. You had the spirit of the Pharisees, the self-righteous spirits, the church folk, the ones who studied the Old Testament. They were big judges. They were by the book, super critical. And what you see nowadays is selective criticism from the church.
Right.
And now you see this level of outrage from church generation, but they don't understand that they're part of the problem. Because that older church generation, because let me be very clear, the ratio of young people to older people in church is very, 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 very different.
Yeah.
There's way more older people.
Yes, yeah.
And they don't understand that disconnect between the youth and that elder generation is their fault. Because that spirit created that level of judgment on the youth, not realizing that the youth comes from you.
You're right.
So there's something you did wrong.
Right.
There's something that the elder church generation did wrong that made people of the younger generation want to come away from the faith. Compound that with all of the other things that are put in front of us every single day to take us away from God.
Right. That's a lot.
So now when you literally show your hand and show that you get angry because a political process did not go in your favor, then you really show how outside of the body of Christ you really are.
Right.
Because you fall in line with idolatry. Because now you are judging people for their political party choices. And you're not taking it to God. See, from my vantage point, if you judge to that level, then you're taking the attention off of the power of Christ.
Right.
And the price that was already paid, the blood sacrifice that was already paid, so that we can be part of God's government and not man's government.
Right. I agree with that. Yeah.
And see, that's another trick. And that's my perspective. I could be wrong. I could be right. I don't know, nor do I care.
I agree with
What's
that
your thoughts, Trey?
perspective. No, I agree. I definitely agree with that perspective because it's interesting because my mom do said this weird shit.
Shout out to Mom. We
Yeah,
love you.
shout out to moms. I definitely love her, but she was one of those people who was just because she came at me. She was like, "Oh, did you vote?" And I was like, "No." The face she gave, it was like one of disgust. Like,
Uh-huh.
how dare you not
Uh-huh.
vote?
Did she ask why?
No, it wasn't a why,
And that's the problem.
and that's the problem. That is the problem. Um, damn, I forgot where else I was going with that. It was that um somebody my cousin works in the church. He told me that an old man told him if he voted for Trump, his heart gonna hurt for 3 days.
He better get some Tums. The hell up out of here. Y'all going for 3 days.
Bro.
Listen, some of the old generations is a little slow
Yo,
too.
bro, I'm not gonna hold you.
A little slow
like,
too.
what are we talking
Yeah,
about?
your heart gonna hurt for 3 days?
Bro.
How, bro, if this man was over 70, you mean to tell me your heart gonna hurt for 3 days? Like you ain't never been through anything worse? You 80-something years old.
Bro,
Go
make
take
it
your
make
blood
sense,
pressure
bro.
medicine. That's why your heart gonna hurt for 3 days. What kind of shaming tactic is that?
You feel me, bro? Make it make sense.
I wish somebody would tell me that. I'd have told him, well, you weak-hearted then. Because if my decision on who I decide to vote for can affect you that much,
yo, something's going on.
that means I got that kind of power over you.
And
that's why some of the elder generation need to sit the hell down.
Yeah.
Y'all got to sit the hell down.
Yeah.
Y'all got to pack it up.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to black elder generation. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go with it.
Yeah, I agree.
Pack it up. Some of y'all got to sit down.
Yeah, because
y'all had y'all shot. Y'all had y'all shot.
Where are we at now?
Y'all had y'all shot.
It's fraud.
Bro. Fraud. And you know what? It's our fault.
It is.
You no longer the youth.
I'm not.
You in your 30s.
I am, bro.
That's right.
It's like, man.
What and what do? You do the same thing with the young dudes. I know I do. I don't deal with young kids no more.
I'm not gonna hold you. I used to that point. I used to work in the like the halfway.
Yeah.
Like
me too.
Yeah, you feel me?
I used to work for an organization. Work with them. I should say, not for.
Oh man. Until I realized at what cost.
Well, I get that, but that's rooted in fear. And if you scared, say so. I'm scared.
It wasn't fear, more so I want to come in here with a narrative, and I wanted to change the narrative they had in there, but I felt like it was they already had however it was set up and however it was ran like that.
So
you was coming in there.
So before you even went in there, you already had a preconceived notion, and you was afraid that you was gonna waste your time.
Yes.
That's fair.
Still fair.
Hello. I'm guilty of it, bro. Yeah. Listen, I don't deal with young dudes. I had Thanksgiving dinner yesterday, right?
Right.
And shout out to my moms, shout out to family over there, right? My mom's is in a relationship with a guy named Jordan.
Right.
Cool dude. Cool as a fan.
Yeah.
Did time, rehabilitated himself, cheerful dude,
right.
Always show love. He goes, yo, Rell. My son, he's trying to get into the music. The minute he said that, I was like, here we go again. Here we go again. But something in my spirit said, yo, talk to the little homie. So I went, let me hear some. What you trying to do? Do you know? And, he's young. He don't know better. He don't know the game. He don't understand. So, all right, let me hear what you got. So take it about music. And then that led into a conversation about something different.
Right.
Which is, and I could disclose it. Do you know where you want to go with this?
Right.
Yeah. Do you know about the music game? Do you know what you want to do from this?
Right.
So I had
Right.
to get out of my own way, and he was receptive to it.
Mm,
You get what I'm saying?
right.
But if I would have just went fear based and been like, nah, I don't feel like wasting my time,
Mm.
I would have never got the opportunity to give him just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
At least I did that much.
Mm-hmm.
And so we don't want to be like that older generation. We don't want to be them guys that is going to sit up there and tell a young dude, yo, my heart going to hurt for 3 days if you don't vote for this person. We don't want to be that far removed neither. Because that's ignorant.
That is very ignorant. Mm.
It's
That's
a thin
hard
line.
It is
It's a
a
thin
very
line,
thin
bro.
line. Because you know what? The other part of that is, I also feel like I am needed in that realm.
You are.
You feel me? Because it's crazy because even on my travels, like I was saying, like how people be I think a part of that looking at me is maybe a lot of these young black boys just look up to me. They're like, oh wow, like maybe there's something on me. They like, oh, what? I wonder who he is, or I wonder what he got. Maybe you feel me? It's
Well,
like,
you'll never see yourself the way somebody else sees you.
right.
Because you live with yourself every day.
Yeah.
They see what you want to show them.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, well. Facts.
So it is a hard responsibility. But like I said, that's why it's bringing it back, centering it back to God. That's why it's important to have your relationship with God, because you know where you lead them now.
Right. Yeah.
You're not leading them just to the church. You're not leading them just to the polls. You're not leading them to a Meg Thee Stallion, Sexy Red combo.
Mm-hmm.
You trying to put them on the power of God. And as long as that stays your center, you'll be all right. Because God, now what you do, and see, God knows our heart.
Yeah.
See, you could play me all you want. You could talk this and that in front of God. Know what you really think and what's really on your heart.
Yeah.
And if you play one way and you start misleading people, you're gonna get exposed.
Yeah.
Yo, Cat Williams said it. As we recap, he said it.
Yeah.
Bro, it's been exposure left and right.
Yeah, it's crazy this year. It is crazy this
year.
Bro. It is a wild, and the year ain't even finished yet.
Ain't even fit, bro. I don't know what's gonna happen December. December, I pray it's cool.
Yeah, man.
I pray, but something tell me something else gonna pop off.
Because it's been, whew.
Drake suing people. Hold on.
Yo, yeah, bro.
Yo, Drake, don't sue us, bro.
Yo, bro.
Yo, we weren't ready.
Yo, that was, yo. Who knew? Who knew? I mean, I kind of had my whole thing was from the get go. I was telling people, why are we entertaining this?
I ain't gonna lie though, that P word, putting that on him, is crazy.
Yeah, he can't really.
That's crazy.
He can't rub it off.
Pause. No Diddy. Meek Mill saying no Diddy is wild too.
Yo, even bro.
Nah,
like
that was wild too, bro.
What did we?
Because y'all had matching outfits.
Right. And Orlando Brown doing
to
the mic was crazy. It's a wild year.
But I ain't gonna lie. Pay attention to Ray J.
Right. He looked very uncomfortable.
He was very uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable.
And sometimes the truth make people uncomfortable.
Yes, very much so.
But the microphone was wild. And then he said, who you think you are? Michael Jackson. And then he did. I was like, yo. Bruh.
Yo, my God. I don't even know.
Bruh.
Wild times.
Young Thug, free? Huh?
15 years probation is crazy.
That is wild.
That's a wild thing. I don't know the situation with him and Gunna. Like,
I mean, he deleted the tweet, but he pretty much said it. Like, don't act like you know me. I know people in my past life. Don't act like you know me. For real, gang. You knew me. You don't know the new me, though.
Right. I guess so. And then Dirk. Yeah, it's cooked for him. I feel like it's cooked.
I don't know.
For real?
I don't know. They play different games up there.
L.A.?
No, I'm just saying, like, that level of stardom and they play different games. On
For
the
those
spiritual
type of
level,
yeah.
they play different games.
Okay, because he's
You ever
that's
seen
what
the
he's
thing with
tapping
NBA
into.
YoungBoy leaning on a goat? You ever seen NBA? You ever seen the meme?
No,
You never seen that?
no.
You ain't hear about the Young Thug thing and they found goats in the crib? You ain't hear about Gene Deal talking about Diddy sacrificing birds?
That's the security guard.
Yeah.
No, I did not hear that one.
Oh,
Bro.
it get tricky, bro. They play at a different level.
They on that like was that Santa Maria?
I don't say the names because it got many names.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But I just
Because
call
I'm
it manipulation.
Because I'm really tapping in. What you saying right now kind of bring me to that Tasha K interview with that black lady.
Talk about it.
Yeah, the who says she does like the witchcraft for a lot of
Yeah.
yeah.
Talk about it.
She was the episode I watched. She was talking about Beyonce.
They put it in your face.
Yeah, and Oshun and
they put it in your face, bro. They don't even hide it no more.
It's there.
But you start talking about Christ, you a weirdo, right?
Bro.
Pay attention.
Bro.
Hello. Is this thing on? That's my new slogan. Is this thing on? You start talking about Christ. Oh, you start seeing the manifestation. Oh.
They're not jacking that.
They not jacking, huh?
They're not jacking none of that, bro.
Huh?
It's a I don't know. I know the spirit realm in reality is kind of like
no, it's not kind of everything. Look, everything that happens in the outside realm stems from the spiritual realm. Think about it. Somebody thought about this mic before it came physical reality.
Right.
You do music. You know what it's like to think of a song or a melody or a rhyme scheme or a flow pattern in your head and nobody can see it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just manifests into a written form.
Right.
You ever heard the saying spells?
Yes.
Spelling?
Yes.
What do you think you're doing? You're taking the outside, you're taking the inside expression or energy or spirit and you're spelling it out on paper. That's why they say if you want things to happen, write it down.
Write it down. Yes, right.
You got to spell stuff to write it down. Yeah. Hello.
Right.
Is this thing on?
Yo.
Mic check 1, 2.
Whoa. That's why. Ooh.
Now you go back to all the books you done read.
And that kind of just took me to, wow. That connected me. That when you said that thought directly, it took me directly to when I was journaling.
Hello.
Reading Eckhart Tolle.
Hello.
Manifesting.
Hello. Trying to be God.
And now I'm thinking about all that stuff I wrote down. Okay.
So who's the witch? Hello.
Yeah.
Where God at in that equation?
Probably should throw that book out. A lot of that stuff. Yeah, like
think about it.
The painting too.
Think about it.
Yeah, because it was like a half a painting.
Think about it.
One half.
Think about it.
And it's crazy too, because when I threw it out, my mother was like, "Oh, why would you want to throw this out?"
You got to go.
Yeah, I was like, "Ma, I gotta go." Like I feel like I've been holding this energy here.
Yeah.
This energy, I probably, but only holding this energy.
And then you let it go, and what happened? Felt better.
Yeah, I felt better. That ass. Yeah, that shit. I'm not even thinking about. Yeah.
Go back to when you watch certain Disney movies, because they put it right in front of you. Go back to the Little Mermaid.
Yeah, they all of that. I'm propaganda programming. Like,
put it back. No, but they tell you the truth. They got to tell you the truth so that you can accept it and then allow it into your life.
You feel like they was telling you the truth?
Of course.
I feel like they was brainwashing.
No. They give you the truth. They give you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You have to approve. Look, I can't come into your space unless you allow me to.
Correct.
You have to give me authorization.
Right.
So then in the court of heaven, because guess what? Let me tell you something. See, people don't know this, but that's it's when you break it down for what it is. Think about the court system and how it's modeled. You have a judge, the ultimate judge.
Mm-hmm.
You have a defense attorney.
Right.
You have a prosecutor.
Mm-hmm.
You have the
jury. Whatever.
You have the jury.
Yeah.
Right. You have the plaintiff.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Or the one who's making the complaint, and then you have the defendant. Right.
Right.
So Break that down in the court of heaven. God is the ultimate judge with the gavel. Boom.
You got the angels.
Right? Then you have the jury.
Right.
Right? Or some would say the ones who are let's say participating in the decision of the judge's final decision.
Yeah.
Right? Then you have the defendant. Who's the defendant?
You, the human?
The human being. Right? Then you have your lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then you have Satan.
Right.
That's the prosecutor.
Right.
And then you have the plaintiff.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if you're the defendant and you're the lawyer, and you're the defendant,
right.
Christ is your lawyer. He's the intercessor. Because he's a sacrifice.
Right.
Between the ultimate judge. And what happens when they go make a decision? Satan goes and the devil goes, right? The same way. The prosecutor and the defense attorney goes,
right.
And then the judge goes, please come to my counsel, come to my chambers, and they all have that discussion.
Right.
And if you're found guilty of it, it's only because you decided to go away from God. It's legal grounds.
Correct. Right.
You have legal. God is considered the ultimate judge.
Right.
You have a judgment day.
Right.
So you don't follow his laws and commandments, you break his law.
Right.
You get judged for breaking the law. You have Christ, the lawyer, on your behalf, but if you don't believe in your defense attorney, then who's your lawyer? Hello? You did the crime. Who's going to negotiate the deal? Because you're guilty of it.
Yeah, facts. You're right. Right.
You're guilty of it.
Yeah.
So your defense attorney goes, I'm going to take this one for the team.
Mm-hmm.
So, court of law. Right? Now, going back to the analogy, right? Because you're talking about the witchcraft thing, right?
Yeah.
When you going in the court of law, right? And you're doing the witchcraft thing, right? You literally going up there and you saying, not only am I guilty of the crime, judge, but I'm going to tamper with the evidence right in front of your face.
That's wild. That is wild.
And on top of that, I'm going to challenge your jurisdiction and your authority and power by trying to manipulate the outcome of judgment using my heebie-jeebie tricks. See how it works?
Yeah. That's why I realized, like, now you realize, I thought about, that made me think about, like, artists like Gunplay and shit. Because I know he was fighting the case. And he actually said that he did voodoo to get out. Yeah. He said it out.
Hello.
So it's like, when you hear things like that, I can't doubt it.
Hello. There's nothing new under the sun.
But what does that, sometimes I'm like, what does that cost, though?
Oh, you pay the price later. It's bigger. You pay the price later. You get out of jail now, but don't escape the full judgment.
Probably tenfold. I'm pretty sure your spirit not going to be...
What spirit?
Damn.
What spirit are we talking about? Pay attention. What spirit are we talking about? You doing all that? Is that a Holy Spirit?
Right.
If it ain't holy, then it's something else.
Right. Demonic?
It has to be. There ain't no middle ground.
Because you can't be a Holy Spirit commission.
You can be a Holy Spirit demon? How does that work? That's like saying water ain't wet. How does that work? Yeah, I'm a Holy Spirit demon. What?
Yo. Oh my God.
Where's Cat Williams? Cat Williams better not do another interview 2025.
Man. Oh, man. Shout out to that man, for real. He just bought that thing too, the military base.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah. I feel like...
He bought it in Mississippi.
Which is even more...
I think so. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah. And he like, yeah. And I like the message he put. He was like, "Yeah, we can't let Tyler Perry be the only one."
Yeah. Come on now.
Come on. I like, yeah.
Because what we at, Medea number 50,000?
Right.
Medea in space. You gonna see on a Tesla rocket. Tyler, get off the Tesla rocket. Get out of there.
Yeah, we need new realities. Realities. So yeah, I'm happy for that. But yeah, back to the yeah, they tamper with some wild things.
Yeah, bro. It's a spooky time.
Things, yeah.
But God is greater.
God is definitely greater.
Telling you.
I'm just trying to yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, I don't want to do the dark stuff. That's that stuff. Yeah.
I mean, cause you ain't gonna get nowhere with it.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah, leave that alone, guys.
Yeah, leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Cause look, this life is temporary. Why do we want to hold on to something that's not even meant to be held on to? We just stopping by. Why you look? I get it, success culture and this, that, and the third. But let me tell you something. All jokes aside, you know why I was driven a lot, chasing a lot? Because I wanted a lot, to show off a lot, so I can get a lot of vagina.
Right. I'm not gonna hold you.
And different options of vagina.
That was kind of like the car. If I'm being totally
keep it a buck.
Keep it a whole buck, bro.
Keep it a whole buck.
The core of like when I got the car and everything, I was like, wow. Now this kind of just opens me up to kind of just be a whore, which I did.
A whore with a horse.
Yeah. Right, my chariot. We just pick him up. Hey,
a whore with a stallion.
Yeah.
Hello.
You feel me? So yeah. Yeah. Just gotta,
Look at your intention. You reap what you sow.
Yes.
See, God know your heart.
Yeah. He definitely did. He knew.
Yeah. You know why I got a car? So I can move my kids around.
Now.
When I first got my car, let me tell you, it was the most stupidest reason why. My brother had a Charger.
Yeah.
I wanted to be somebody who had one of those. That was back in the day. My first car was a Dodge Magnum on 20-inch rims. Stupid. Remember the Magnums and the Chargers?
Yes, bro.
I thought we thought we was Baby and Slim or somebody. What's his name? So I had a Magnum. He had the Charger. I thought I was balling. You hear me? Nigga, I had a 2.7 liter engine. That shit was slower than. I remember I first got it, bro. I drove out to Long Island to pick up some shorty.
Yeah.
That my mans was dealing with, that dealt with her too. Just dumb custy shit. I had no business with a car. I even got my money. This is how filthy. But I was a young boy, bro. I was like 20 years old.
Yeah.
My credit was bad. I had a little money. But I also had like a little job with Connor. And shout out to Mama Love. Mama loves Mama loves her so much.
Yeah, man, listen.
She said, you know what, I'm gonna co-sign your dumb ass.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, I still got the car. It's in Atlanta now. I still drive that shit.
Yo.
Shout out to you, Lord.
Hey, listen.
You know what I'm saying? It's helping build up Atlanta.
Right, exactly.
It's helping build up down there. But I got the car to impress a female.
It'd be like that.
Dumb shit, bro. And and we paid the car off. I paid it off. My brother had it for a while. My stepfather at the time had it for a while. So that car was kind of like a family car.
Yeah.
But my intention and my conning to get it was, Mom, yo, I want to start my life. I'm about to get a job with Con Ed. Didn't get the job. Took the test, thought I was doing something. I want a car now. I got this amount of money. Help me out. Co-signed. Went right to the dealership. Sold me a dream. You're going to do so well in this car. Bro, this shit we do, bro. Goofy shit.
Goofy shit.
And I don't care what niggas say, bro. Every nigga did some goofy shit for a female, bro.
And I be telling...
Hey, flip the mic, gang.
You know what's crazy? Like, I'm one person. I'm not... Like, when Kendrick said, put my heart on display, like, I always put my heart on display, like, especially to, like, my close mans and shit.
Yeah.
Like, to let them know, like, hey, listen, it's all right, bro. Like,
yeah, bro.
We do some goofy shit.
Yeah. Come on, my nigga.
Like, I remember, I'm gonna just, hey, bro, we sharing. I remember, and this was a time I was lust high, COVID.
That was a lusty
Bro,
time for everybody,
yeah,
bro.
bro.
I had a baby during COVID, my nigga. Like, I ain't
I'm
judging
lucky I
nobody.
didn't.
Yeah, I did.
I am glad because I was a wild boy.
Yeah. It was horny that time.
It was very. I got scammed.
People were dying.
That's what happened. Yeah, I got scammed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scammed, like financially.
Yeah, like financially scammed.
Damn.
Not crazy, but like you know, a nigga like.
Still, it don't feel good to get zoned.
Nah, facts. That's a fact. But you know, it was COVID. You know,
yeah.
Bitches ain't had jobs. So.
Yeah, facts.
See where I'm going with?
Okay, yeah. They was selling it.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, you're fire. I've never done this experience.
I almost did it one time too.
Yeah, it was 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Dumb decisions get made during that time. That's
very much. Yeah.
Take your ass to bed.
Exactly, bro. Eggs.
Take your ass to bed.
Yeah, we're live.
Is this thing on?
Yeah. Witching hours.
Witching hours.
Right. Yep.
All kinds of demonic stuff.
Yep. Ghosted. Never heard from that. Yeah.
Damn.
Crazy.
Good for you.
Yeah, definitely good for me.
Did you send a deposit?
Yes. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, definitely good for me. Definitely good for me. Yes.
Because if that would have transpired, bro, I'm telling you, in the court of law, you know how many spirits that woman is attached to?
Right.
She ain't even herself. She just a vessel. She got a lot of semen demons.
Yo.
You go there and go ahead and do the act with her. She start growling. You like, whoa.
What's going on here?
Yeah. Then you just start feeling empty.
Bro,
you know what's inside? Other souls.
Bro, I tell you, COVID. Time, and I'm glad I made it out.
You be thinking some of these women are people. That's another thing too.
That's a head.
Oh no, they don't even be human.
Yeah, that's the head buster right there.
They be out here gargoyles. Just
I was like, wow, I was even really close to the OnlyFans thing.
Yeah, that was
really almost close.
You see, it's deep. This shit is deep,
really
bro.
Deep, bro. And then
I'm sorry.
Like, glad I did it.
Yeah,
I'm so like, you know, because I'm like, you see Gucci third leg, and he's
gonna do it.
Yeah, burning the world, just running it up.
Hey,
and I don't want no parts of that.
Well, you know what? Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be 110% with you.
Yeah.
In this day and age.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised when you put yourself out there. Because there's no shame. Sexy Red got a lip gloss line. People are putting lip gloss gonorrhea on their lips. What are we saying?
Yo, that is definitely happening.
And let's be for real.
That's happening.
Let's be all the way for real. There's a lot of women out here that are messing with DL guys. And there's studies coming out now that the majority of these guys that are going through doing this are really bugging out. I don't want to go too far for the sake of you two, but this is modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. That's why sometimes when I pray, I just say, God, thank you for the time that you've given me on this earth. Thank you for the beautiful children that I have. Let your will be done in my life, Lord. Because this need to get packed up. I mean, can you come on down now? Because I'm tired. I'm 36 and I'm tired. I feel like I lived like 80 years old. Like, we could check this out right now. I feel like I've done everything. And God's like, but it's not about you. It's about me and my purpose. My ultimate plan. You know what? You're right, God. Just thanks for the conversation. I'm going to go get something to eat now. I was all right, little man. I'll see you later. All right. And that's all I need. That's all you need. If you got that and you live life, just with that alone, you knew him. You knew him on this time. So when you meet him in eternity, outside of space and time, you're familiar. Ah,
See, that's the thing. We go with God in time of need. What we don't realize is that we always need him.
Mm-hmm.
That's why sometimes it's important to suffer. Because it brings you back. Because if you get to that space where you start thinking that you're God, and you don't need God.
Yeah.
You better check yourself. And on that note, Trade Nostalgia.
Yo.
Another episode in the books.
Definitely. It's not like I didn't like the other ones. I really enjoyed the other ones. I really feel like this one though, more growth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel lighter.
Yeah. Thank God.
Yeah, thank God. Yeah.
Final closing. I'll let you have the last word.
Yeah, man. Signing off. Trey here. Stay away from those witches, bro. Yeah, stay far away from that. Stay on your focus. Stay on your purpose. Don't. I mean, I know it's hard. Trust me. This flashback, it get.
Woo!
It's
wicked.
Ooh, but yeah, man, just stay on that purpose. It's for the greater good. Follow your gut.
Yeah.
For real. I've been doing that lately, and it has been saving me some.
Ooh.
There's something there. There's
something
magic.
there.
Yeah, there's magic there. I
something
feel like
there.
it's like yeah. I just started.
Why you think the food's so bad? That's another thought though.
Ooh,
food is second brain. I mean, your stomach's your second brain.
The food.
Mm-hmm. If I could control what you eat, I can control how you think. That's another.
That is.
Another episode.
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna tap into. Yeah. Even the low vibrational plates yesterday.
Yeah.
Man.
Another episode.
Yeah. Facts.
Anyway, on that note, let's make prayer great again.
Facts.
Make prayer great again. Sorry if I offended anybody. That wasn't political. I just just thought we had, Anyway, I'm signing off, man. Rell Gato TV. Trey, thank you for being here once again. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the show, man. Tell a friend. Y'all got anything y'all want us to talk about? Hit us up. Trey, where they find you at, bro?
And where can they find me now? Damn, that's not it.
It's all right.
Oh, yeah, 3 eyes. Yeah, 3 eye nostalgia.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's
yes, sir. You can go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Rell Gato TV. All the information is in there. Rell Gato TV. And yeah, signing out, man. 1.